मात्र यति कुरा याद राख कि म्याजिक ल्याउनलाई सबैभन्दा ठुलो कुरा नै एक अर्काको साथ हो।
Monty Desai, more than anything, 14 wickets between his highly experienced opening pairing. And nearly another one. Cammy looks full of energy, full of fitness, and full of good rhythm too. That's the perfect length on this wicket.
Yes, just fishing outside the off stump. Khalid beaten by the movement, the ball just coming in after pitching. Kami bowling around the wicket to the left-hander. You can see that again. Just angling in, trying to fish outside the off stump. There's a slip though. Kushal Patel at slips, just waiting for the ball.
What you clearly saw on that replay, the feet went nowhere. This will be part of the adjustment that Khalid Shah will have to make up to international cricket. Slashed away, going to be 4. Their skills get tested with the extra pace on the ball, but it can create run-scoring opportunities too. Gets a good piece of it, gets it behind square, and he gets the first boundary of the day.
Yes, even that shot, he didn't move his legs, but because of the Sompal's pace, it was nicely driven square of the wicket. The backward point fielder, Sundeep Zora, had no chance. Ball went like a trace of bullet to the boundary. First boundary for Khalid.
I think he'll want to get something on that. He won't have been overly pleased with the effort Sampal Kami from backward point. Shorter in length. Umpire Durga Subedi will signal wide. Why are these two sides such rivals, Paresh? Not just modern day rivals, but even going back to your days?
Yes, UAE and Nepal have been rivals for plenty of years, let's say more than 20 years now. You can see that there's no foot movement from Khalid if the ball is bowled short. If the ball is bowled fuller, he doesn't move his legs, he just moves his bat. He'll have to work out on that to play on the highest level.
No foot movement again, but he doesn't need it. Just stand and deliver stuff. Kami's bowling at a very good clip here. I'd say well up north of 130 kilometers per hour. It's the second boundary for Khalid Shah, the second one into the offside, this time in front of square.
Yes, look, there's no foot movement whatsoever. He doesn't need that because the ball is coming nicely onto the bat when it's full. I think Kami has to just check his length, try to bowl 3/4 length. He always say that in the initial stage, if you get hit, bowl a red ball length, hitting the top of off stump.
And that's the best shot of the morning. Very special stroke. He just opened up his body to access that gap between two cover fielders, and that's a glorious shot for 4. You can see why he comes into this big reputation, Khalid Shah.
This time around, he just moved his leg a little bit, but it was still fuller by Sompal Kami. This was the best of the lot.
Even in Nepal's victory, it was driven by that record 5th wicket partnership between Dipender Singh Airi and Kushal Malla. They really struggled for the first, not just power play, but 9 overs or so. We haven't seen many sides with the 11 a.m. start score freely from the start. So this is a brilliant start from the UAE. Right on the money, throwing caution to the wind and encouraging Shah to play his strokes. Cleans him up. Back of the length, a much better length. It's maybe kept a little low too. And it has cut Khalid Shah in half. The middle stump is rocked back, and Kami, he strikes back.
Yes, he does. After 3, he got hit for 3/4. This is the length that he should bowl. I think you are right, Lenny. The ball skidded to him, stayed a bit low. Khalid had no chance. Being an opening batsman, you have to move your feet. Look at this again. Yes, darted in very sharply. Had no chance because he didn't move his feet so much. Look at Sompal Kami. He's so pumped up. One.
दुधबाट बनेको रियल जुसमा छ रियल न्युट्रिसन, रियल टेस्ट र रियल ह्याप्पिनेस। त्यसैले त रियल जुस रियल हो नि।
मेचीदेखि महाकालीसम्म वाइ वाइ छ हामी सबैको मनमा। हामी मिल्ली जुली गर्छौं घरको श्रृंगार। बर्जर पेन्ट्स, हाम्रो घर हाम्रो शान। 100 घर नगदपति, बम्परमा लखपति।
Taking his tally up north of 70 T20I wickets. As Mohammad Waseem presses onto the front foot. Nice punch down the ground. Probably, for both sides, the most informed bowler and the most informed batter facing off. That one has kept a bit low, but it's the skills of Kami that have brought about the wicket.
Yes, it went in sharp, very sharp, like a banana, like you said, Lenny. And look at the celebration of Sompal Kami. Got hit for 3 consecutive boundaries. Vritti Arvind, the new batsman for UAE. This is a very young talent, just 20 years of age. Seems like he's been playing cricket for almost a decade now.
He's such a stylish player, isn't he? You look at conventional cricket strokes, and if you think they don't have a place in the T20 game, you're sorely mistaken. That's his first delivery. And when Vritti Arvind went to bed last night, that is the way he dreamt of getting off the mark. The perfect cover drive for 4.
Just look at him. Took a step or two in front. Look at that drive. Perfect copybook cover drive for a boundary. Even Dipinder Singh Aire couldn't stop that. That was so nicely timed by Arvind. Opens his account with a 4.
You saw that technique, the back leg dropping down. It allows a full extension of the arms, but the balance, very hard to get across. If you haven't played cricket at a good level, how difficult it is to get into that driving position and hold your shape, to be fit and strong, and have a very good technique, which is exactly what Vritti Arvind has, as half a stop at backward point. I think it's Kushal Bertel will keep it to just a single. The cover fielder is now gone out. Nepal under pressure really for the first time with the ball in this series.
Yes, they are under pressure because the first over went for 14 runs and the second over 6 runs already. You're talking about the balance of Vritti Arvind, Lenny. Such a balanced batting that he has. Even if he took 1 or 2 steps forward, he doesn't lose his balance while he playing the shot.
Clubbed into the leg side. Kushal Malla will have work to do. Should cut it off inside the rope, keeps it to 2. Yeah, and that doesn't come by accident or by chance. That is repetition over and over again. One of the big benefits Emirati cricket has is world-class facilities in all 7 of those Emirates now. Obviously, the main ones in Sharjah and in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai, they hit the headlines, but there's good facilities now in Ras Al Khaimah and Al Ain, and there's cricket basically 365 days of the year. Even during the heights of the summer, they play floodlit cricket. They've got Ramadan festivals in the evening times. That will be given as a wide outside the off stump. And with those brilliant facilities, they've parlayed that alongside a good development structure now, encouraging their own born and bred youth to come through to make them one of the very best associates in the world.
Yes, absolutely, Lenny. The facilities down there in UAE are fantastic. We've been to some of those places, Sharjah, Abu Dhabi, and Dubai. Like you said, 365 days cricket.
Subscribe subscribe.
That is why they are
Subscribe
getting such young, talented players in the scene.
Subscribe.
Stand and deliver. Too easy for Mohammad Waseem. Width on offer from KC, and Well, it's bludgeoned away, isn't it, by Wazim? He looks already like he's on one. I know he's only been in there 4 balls. Too easy for Mohamed Wazim.
That was short and wide. It was asking to hit. If you want to bowl that kind of length, you have to have a sweeper outside the circle there in the boundary. But if he strays onto the pads, you know Mohamed Wazim, he's going to flick you, he's going to pull you. This is the trophy they're playing for. Look at that, it's a beautiful trophy.
Swing and a miss. He's going to get away with it because he's played at it, not given us a wide. 2 overs in the books, 27 for 1.
वर्कआउट सँगै चाहिन्छ डाबर हनी जसले पूरा गर्छ हाम्रो फिटनेस रुटिन
डाबर हनीमा छ एन्टिअक्सिडेन्ट र मिनरल जसले तपाईको फिटनेस रुटिन कम्प्लिट गर्नको साथै तपाईलाई राख्छ सधैँ फिट र यङ
डाबर हनी स्टे फिट फील यङ
नेपाल टेलिकमको 4G नै पर्फेक्ट छ स्पिड टेक्नोलोजी कभरेज रिलायबिलिटी अफोर्डेबिलिटी र साथै क्वालिटी र सर्भिसमा पनि
नेपाल टेलिकम राष्ट्रको सञ्चार मेचीदेखि महाकाली
One of the hardest Nepali bowlers to face because he surprises you with his pace.
Yes, he's a very nippy customer. To be honest, I've played against him in the domestic leagues and franchise leagues as well. Way back 7 or 8 years ago. He's a very skitty customer, and his hand action is very quick. That is why you don't realize that the ball comes very quick to you. Look at that again.
We spent much of March and April, probably into May and even bits of June and July, talking about Nepal's issues with their death bowling. I know it's only 3 of them to this triangular series and the few games played in the Asian Games, but it looks like they've managed to find some answers with the likes of Kami Karan KC and then also Dipendra Singh Airi being used in that role a bit too.
Yeah, talking about death overs, we have a death over specialist, Avinash Bora, who can bowl Yorkers at will. So even Dipendra Singh Airi can be he's a very smart customer. Surya Tamang yet to get a chance.
Inside edge and Fortune easily could have chopped that on. Yeah, would love to have seen Surya Tamang get a go, actually. I thought he was so brilliant earlier this year in the Nepal T20.
अरे साथीहरु स्कोरबोर्ड गायब भएर छ है स्कोरबोर्ड पनि देखाउने कोसिस गर्नेछु
Have a bowl in the nets or out in the square it was. He was really impressive. Was he very fortunate there not to chop on to his off stump. You see there the batting consultant that's come in to join Monty Desai. Leading edge. Now, is this going to be a chance? There's a fielder in place. And it's taken. It's the big one. It's Mohamed Wazim who goes. And Sampal Kami continues to prove his worth. It was just angled in. I think Wazim has probably looked to whip it into the leg side. But he's turned his bat too early. And Gulshan Jah holds his nerve in the deep.
Yes, good Mohamed Wazim trying to close his bat too early, like you said, Lenny. Got the leading edge. You can see that. Look like it's going